Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Before I kick off today's video, I want to draw your attention to the fact that from Wednesday, and that's starting next Wednesday, I'm going to be streaming Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's going to be evening for me time, so that's going to be 8 p.m. Central European time, and there are various websites where you can work out your own time zone. How exactly the streams are going to work, I don't quite know yet. I want to do your scenarios, but I haven't really figured out a good way to get those scenarios delivered to me. Because, well, let's say Twitch chat doesn't really suit itself for posting long and extensive descriptions of new scenarios. So if you have a good way of getting those things delivered to me, any good suggestions, let me know down below in the comment section. Because I currently have not really been able to figure anything out. As mentioned, it is going to be on Twitch. Link down below in the description. twitch.tv/stealth17gaming. And on there, I'm going to be streaming for a few hours every week, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, now that I'm done with XCOM over there. As for today's scenario, it's created by ELECTRO Halo 8, or Halo 8. It's called Lone Titan. In an alternate timeline, the battleship HMS Titan has found itself stuck in the 1920s in an alternate timeline. The lone battleship, isolated, is attacked by 7 German dreadnoughts of unknown class and 3 battlecruisers of an unknown class. And I think this is a really clever way of saying AI go ham. Along with a lone light cruiser that the Titan ran into, they turn to engage the attackers, ready to face the, well, comparatively ancient foe. Because the Titan from the British Empire is 1940s tech, and the Germans are 1920s. This does not mean that I am impervious to their fire, not at all, but it is going to make it... let's say I have a severe tech advantage. Let's just put it mildly, I have a severe tech advantage. Now I'm going to reduce the range. The starting range was not mentioned in the scenario. So let's say about 20,000 meters. And hopefully with the tech advantages that the Titan is going to get, I'll be able to outspot them and outshoot them. Because going up with one battleship against 7, that's asking for trouble. And then of course there's 3 battlecruisers. Now, he says, you will win if the Titan survives. Bonus points for the light cruiser surviving. You will lose if the Titan is sunk. Something else that I found very interesting about this scenario, and I was just really, well, eager to see when somebody would come up with this. He says, if you win this scenario, I will make a follow-up expanding the background of this alternate timeline. All forces that survive this scenario will be carried over to the next scenario, so you may want the light cruiser to survive. I have considered putting out a question on the channel asking for custom campaigns of sorts, where you guys give me a scenario and then you have a couple of, let's say, follow-up plans. If ships X, Y, and Z survive, then in scenario follow-up, you're going to have these, and these ships survive and continue on. Of course, they're never going to be the exact same ships, because the current way that the game works, I can only design one ship class, and this is particularly important if you want to send in your scenario. For example, I cannot have the Bismarck and the Yamato square off against each other because I can either design Bismarck or Yamato, but not both. I can only design of my own ships, of my own fleet, one ship class. That's it. And whatever the other team builds, well, that's up to the graces or disgraces of the AI. So, today we have the US, or not the USS, the HMS Titan. Let's get to building. Right, I'm 1940s tech. Why do I only have access to the N3G3 class? Is that really the best that the British could offer in 1940? For a battleship? No modern battleships of any kind? Huh. Okay, so I'm limited to 61,000 tons displacement. Let's ramp that up. There we go, 61,000 tons. Speed? Well, the British were not particularly known for their high speed. Range, I'm going to say long, bulkheads, maximum. Turbines, let's go for something else other than geared turbines. Let's go for diesel engines. Oil, balanced draft boilers. I'm going to try something different today. Diesel engine auxiliary and advanced propeller shaft 1. Armor to full. This is the Titan, so let's say that it is very survivable. I'm gonna go maximum on everything, although there's no real maximum on this. Let's say a turtleback armor scheme gives me more resistance. This is just less engine damage chance and less ammo detonation chance. No, turtleback. Anti-torpedo. They're not really a threat in this case, but the Titan wouldn't have known that. So let's go for maximum anti-torpedo protection. Right then. Tech. Electro-hydraulic turrets. Autoloaders. Generation 2 radar. Advanced radio position finding. And long-range gun accuracy. Okay then. Time to build the ship itself. I still have 21,000 tons left. So I'll just have to see what I can fit on there. If I can go for a Nelson-ish design, that'd be great. Tall, superimposed... no. That's not really going to fit a lot. Putting it mildly. There was one other limitation, by the way, that Electro Halo 8 gave me. He says you can use 16 or 17-inch guns, you can only use double barrels. If you're going to use 18-inch guns, they can only be single barrel. So I could go for 3 turrets of 18-inch on the bow. But they'd be single barrel. I think that's an interesting design. I'm not sure if it's going to be effective. These things reload pretty quickly, actually, in 32.8 seconds. That's really quite respectable. They are only Mark 3s. If I can get Mark 4s or even Mark 5s, that'd be much, much more accurate. They're all Mark 3? Oh, the 15 inches are the Mark 4s. Let's try and build a Nelson-ish design. I only have a 4 weight offset of 36%, so no problem whatsoever. And I know that the Nelson probably has bigger guns than this, but I want my 15-inch guns here. Okay, let's finish off the rest of the ship. Secondary tower. It's going to help a bit, but I've never had the secondary tower this far back. I could put another turret on there, but that would be a requirement that I have the ship extremely far angled, pretty much showing full broadside if I want to use that turret as well. So maybe it's better to just go for a slightly more traditional design and have another turret on the stern, to make sure that I can balance it out, and so that it can still run away. Oh. Weight's going to be a problem. This is 550 tons. Hold on, can these things be held by tall barbettes? Because that would save a bit of weight. They can. That's nice. Hold on. This is going to be blasphemy. There. Blasphemy and a half, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I cannot move the island back further. Funnel. I can only fit funnels here? How am I going to make that work? Really? Well, that sucks. Does the other secondary tower have any more funnel slots? No. No. The hell? Let's see, long range accuracy. Base accuracy 12, base accuracy 15. Yeah, this is the best one. This, however, saves me quite a bit of weight. But I would much prefer to be able to hit my targets. How am I going to balance this ship out? Well, that's not helpful. It's only going to go up, not down. I can sling this back a bit. A fair amount, actually. 17%. Now, going with the secondaries, I think, is not really a priority. Because they wouldn't really do too much against the enemy battleships anyway. Oh, now this doesn't fit anymore. Hold on. Putting a couple of 15-inch side guns on here doesn't pull the weight back, it just makes the ship more overweight. This turret design just doesn't really work for me, I'm afraid. What if I go with the Dreadnought 4? This one has a better hull form. This one has way more resistance though. So it's much more resistant to damage. Slows down on the turn more, I think. I think this might actually be a better choice. Let's call it the Titan. Let's see what I can build with this. Oh, I also have access to the advanced towers now. Alright. Hold on a minute. No, they're still Mark 3s. I was wondering if I was also going to get Mark 4 guns all of a sudden, but no, unfortunately not. My 4 weight offset is now actually quite manageable. But I'm not confident I can make this design work. Let's see, shifted, nah, not quite. So the main tower would have to be here. And this turret has to be shifted forward. 4 weight offset 21%, alright. Rear tower. Holy shit, look at the amount of weight I still have left. Oh, right. It's because I removed everything. Tacking on the weight pretty quick. Diesels, oil, balance boilers, aux 1, shaft 1. No, no torpedoes. Gen 2 radar, radio. This is actually quite good. Considering the amount of weight problems that I had before. I'm actually quite surprised at how well this works. Or might work. There's something not quite right with this turret though. What if I go for a different secondary tower? This is slightly less base aim. That's better. 0.6. Nice. Alright. Now I can also fit more funnels on here. Some parts are badly placed. You again? I thought we went over this. Oh, you're gonna run into the top of that turret. Yep, that's it. There. It cannot quite shoot over the rangefinder on that other turret. So that's the problem here. And now you should be happy. Ish. Not sure if a happy ship exists, but let's see if I can get close. Right, I still have a fair amount of displacement left to work with. Let's go for heavy shells. And make sure that those are 2 powder. More penetration on these shells. Defense on the ship, I'd say, is excellent. I am going to put some secondaries on it. But as you might hear by my tone, I'm not really convinced. This is more of a, let's say, a fictional design to make sure that I could defend against enemy dreadnoughts or enemy destroyers. Also some 8-inch casemates. Okay, about 1,400 tons left. Tack on the armor. 13 inches of belt armor. I think that the game has changed the amount of armor you can tack onto a ship. Look at that. I can put about 20 inches on the conning tower and it really doesn't do too much. 15 inches on the turret. Now, I'm not so sure if belt is really going to be the problem, because if I play this correctly, I won't get close. Deck armor is probably much more substantial. 8 inches of deck armor. It's pretty heavy. It's going to protect me pretty much never. At least not against those Mark 15s. The Mark 3s. No, the Mark 4 15-inch guns. Yeah, not really. Turret top armor a bit. 5.5. See if I can get up to 6, because the last thing I want is a flash fire that get caused by a shell impacting with the top of the ship. Top of the turret. 6, 4 is the best I can get. Deck extended is pretty weak. But I don't think I can do much about that, because it covers such a large area of the ship. Yeah, that's going to have to be it. Very well protected. Barbette 4. Far, far less chance of flash fires. Anti-torpedo 5. I don't need it in this situation, but I'm going to go along with the scenario by Electro Halo and just give it a lot of protection. I mean, it is called the Titan after all. Oh, crap. There goes that plan. Well, let's say the Titan isn't going to be terribly quick. Well, there goes the armored plant. At least some of it. If I go back to 7-inch, is it going to make sure that I can get Barbette 4? No, not quite. Oh, this is not a lot of armor. Ship this size. She does have a lot of firepower. If it's going to be enough, I don't know. Let's try her out in battle. HMS Titan, taking to war. Looks like they're building several different German battleship classes. Port. Whoa, that's fast. What you got here? That's an 8-inch secondary, I think. With potentially 15, 16-inch guns. But they're heading away from me. This is the stern of that ship. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then they had 3 battlecruisers. Interesting, they did a kiting away battleship. This is the bridge. So they got 3 turrets on the stern and 2 on the bow. Okay. Oh, the Titan is also kiting away. Well, kiting. She's turning away. Even the 8-inch casemate's getting involved now? Do you even have any reliable chance to penetrate those targets, I wonder? Oh, you do? Hold on. Did you already get a hit? You did. For 122. You got 2... You scored 2 out of 2 hits. Okay. That's unexpected. Now, I do have a light cruiser for escorts, the Porpoise. I am not going to use her. Especially if there is a potential follow-up scenario. I'm going to have the Porpoise evacuate at her best speed of 28 knots. Because she doesn't have torpedoes and... Well, 7-inch guns, even at a range of, what is that, 12? They're going to be penetrating 2.8 inches of deck armor. It's just not a lot. Holy shit. So far, the Titan is bouncing almost everything that they throw at her, but that's really not a tenable situation, I'm afraid. Scored any more hits? Yeah, you have. 3 out of 10. It's pretty impressive. Now, this is not the way that I can use this ship to the full extent. I'm just using the stern turrets. So I need to orient her more towards the port side. Because these turrets are useless at the moment. Let's speed things along a bit. Are they still kiting away? Nope, they're not. They're starting to turn around now. Good shot. Engine damaged and flooding. Some of them are changing course. These look like they're about to turn around. How are your turrets pointed? At me. Okay. And judging by the reloading animation... There we go, they're firing. I have a 20-year tech advantage in this alternate timeline scenario. I hope that's going to help me. Got hit. 14.7 inch average armor penetrated. 13.9 average effective pen. Okay. I don't think I have that much armor, unless you're looking at the conning tower and the turret. Oh, you got one? Let me guess, you built your ship without maximum bulkheads. Because that's usually what kills the AI. Let's target the battlecruiser. Unless... No, this thing's 4 kilometers closer. But the battlecruiser, I have potentially more turrets on. I can use more guns on the battlecruisers. And judging by battlecruiser's stability and survivability, it might kill them. Let me take a quick screen grab of this. So this is a Nelson-esque design, except that she also has stern turrets. So not not that Nelson. There we go. Oh, I hit something. Was that the battlecruiser before? No. Pretty good. Pretty close. 7% accuracy, but I think we're still building that up. Let's slow down to full speed. Get a bit of an accuracy buff from that. Let's let the ship work for a while. There we go. I want you to just evacuate. Because really, a light cruiser is not going to be very effective. The Titan's going to have to hold them off long enough for the porpoise to get out of there. Maintain course. First hit. Let's see where. Right on the nose. Right there. There's more incoming. Oh, she's trying to get her stern guns across into this fight. Titan ready to fire. I want to get a full broadside salvo. So, off. Let them all reload. And then we're going to get a good broadside salvo. Accuracy is building up, 10%. Get ready. 12%. Fire! Rest in peace, my dear earphone users, because that must have been fairly loud. That was loud for me anyway. What are all the battleships doing? Oh, they're still shooting. But they might be out of effective fighting range. Only one hit out of that. Unfortunate. I was hoping for a bit more. I really hope I have brought enough shells to take down all those battleships. As it seems, I can deal with them pretty quick if I land a couple of good hits and cause floodings. Then they just flood out to death quickly, and you really need to only hit them 3 to 5 times. But there sure are a lot of battleships. Accuracy is locked in at 13. We've got the battlecruiser coming in. This, I think, is also a battlecruiser, judging by its design. And battleships. They're doing some weird maneuvering. They haven't taken any damage as of yet. So that means that they're not trying to shake their formation or change their formation based on the amount of damage that they've taken. I want to switch target to this battle cruiser, because this one's bow in, so I have a very high ricochet chance. With this one, hopefully not as much. Oh, Titan has started taking damage. Yeah, I'm too broadside here. Start to turn back. Ooh, fire. Damage control parties, tend to that fire. Please, level that battlecruiser for me. That's helpful. There's just a lot of projectiles being flung back at me. There's not too much that I can do about that. Or is there? Hold on a minute. I could just have you follow the Titan really close and try to smoke her up. That will reduce the accuracy against the Titan. So far she's taken 24 hits for 362 damage, but she's dished out 26 hits for 2100 damage. My worry is that over time they'll win, because I cannot level them fast enough. We're still targeting what ship? That one, the broadside one. Excellent. Bingo. It's not a 121. I was hoping for a flash fire there. She is burning, but a flash fire usually happens instantly. Flooding, destroyed main gun. Yeah, it's the stern turret. I'm down to 67%. I'm really taking a beating here. I'm now at a better angle, I think. Ah, we have an identification here. This is the Fritjof. German battlecruiser Fritjof. 14-inch guns. We also got the Kronprinz. 14-inch guns as well. Accuracy is fairly lackluster. But they can do fire by volume. I cannot. Or at least I cannot rely on it. Looks like the Fritjof is turning tail, making her far more difficult to hit. Yeah. Next battlecruiser. Nassau. Sorry, not a battlecruiser, a battleship, in fact. Accuracy, 8%. Structural integrity of the Titan is down to 66%. So far I didn't lose any turrets yet. But my firepower is severely limited, because I cannot bring those bow turrets to bear. Damage on the main gun. That's the A turret. Crap, I need my guns. How's the Fritjof maneuvering? She's limping away. Alright, I might be able to finish her off later. 8%. She's firing back at 6.5. I might be able to pen that ship, though. Bulkheads? Few. Typical AI design. Maximum armor? 12.3 inches on the belt. Whew, that's impressive. That's not something that the Titan exactly has. Now the damage that the Titan has taken is mostly mid-deck, main gun, stern deck again. So yes, it's not the belt that I need, it's the deck armor. And the deck armor is just by far the heaviest part of this ship. Now judging, or looking back on my previous design decisions, I made a mistake. I wanted to try and go bow in against these guys, and that just doesn't work. I need to be kiting away, so I need to be building a battleship that's not doing this. It's doing this in reverse. It's trying to get out. It's trying to limp away from the enemy warships, not get closer. I'm going to try something for a second. Next salvo, if there is going to be a next one, because I'm now losing armor. Structural integrity is going down. Quick. I'm also flooding. I'm going to send out a full HE salvo. Let's see if I can overwhelm the damage control parties on the Nassau. Because she has few bulkheads. And HE should have a pretty high chance of setting fires. If it pens. Well, correction, if it hits. Which it really doesn't. Yeah, I should have played the light cruiser differently as well. Mistake. Anyway, on the stream, starting Wednesdays, I'll reiterate, you can actually get or give me feedback on the fly. I'll try to do the commentary as usual on the scenarios, on the battles, and at the same time try to interact with chat. And again, if you have a good idea on how to get the scenarios, then by all means let me know. I might just have to prepare the scenarios beforehand. Let's see, you are way closer, Kaiser Wilhelm. HE shells. A few bulkheads. She's already taken some damage, but nothing severe. No turrets have been blown off, no engines have been knocked out. I really don't estimate the chances of the Titan surviving this as very high. She's just outgunned. One fire. Well done. One whole fire. Titan down to 54%. No floodings. I've taken damage to the stern or to the secondary tower and to 2 guns at this point. They're operational, but another hit or 2 could finish them. Come on. Burn it down. At least these other battleships aren't massively pushing in yet. They do, however, outrun me. 28 knots, 28, 26.5, 26.5, 28. Yeah, definitely a risky ship to deal with. Back to AP. She's opening up a bit. Ricochet chance is going down, just to 40%. So hopefully... There we go, destroyed main gun. That's what I wanted to get. Reducing the accuracy, or the efficacy of this battleship. Still, she has 4 turrets left, so she's not she's not neutralized as a threat. This helps. Flooding and fire. Do it again. Damage to main tower. The casemates are also valiantly making an effort to try and, I think, set more fires with their HE shells. Oh, that's a bad choice. Kaiser's trying to break away. But by doing that, it's making it easier to pen. Buoyancy is still going down, but seems to be stabilizing. And I have a fire on my stern. Structural integrity down to 50%. Just below it. So far I've only sunk 1 battleship, and they had 7. So they now have 6, plus 3 battlecruisers. One of which should be limping off in the distance there, the Fritjof. Fritjof's no longer firing, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to knock her out of the fight. Didn't necessarily have to kill her. Just neutralize her as an effective fighting unit for the moment. Turn a bit. Follow. You set the screen. No, I want you to follow. Ideally, I'd be following the light cruiser, in fact, instead of the other way around. Accuracy's going down pretty quick. No, it's going up again. 10%, 11%. But the Wilhelm is now very highly angled. So ricochet chance is extremely high. Destroyed main gun. Another one. So we knocked out both of her bow turrets. Okay, that leaves her with 3 turrets. Shit, I lost a bow turret. Yeah, my A turret's gone. Oh no. Knock out Kaiser. Come on. Back to starboard. Seeing as my bow turret is just unable to do anything anyway. Ricochet chance too high. 19.4. 17.7, but fairly angled. Pan chance 74%. Do it. Light cruiser, I want you to move fast. Porpoise. Because the Titan's kept you safe for now. But if the Titan doesn't survive, then you're going to be toast. And if you thought one battleship versus 6 others and 3 battlecruisers was bad, wait until you see the odds of one light cruiser versus that group. It's going to be worse. Before I get the question, by the way, I will probably put some of the video, or some of the parts from the stream, in a video. So in case you're not able to catch the stream, don't worry. I'll probably turn those bits into a video. I might do some sort of semi-live recording, or do a stream highlight, if you will. And that'll be the way that you can still catch these things, if you're not able to get on the stream. Markgraf burning on 2 places, but nothing serious. A few bulkheads. Shit, I just lost my rudder. Flooding. Fire. The Titan's just getting taken apart bit by bit. No matter how much I return fire and how much I try to damage their ships or just put them out of the fight. Like the Fridtjof's out of the fight. Kaiser Wilhelm is also out of the fight. I didn't kill it, but I just pushed it back. And unfortunately I cannot do that quick enough. I'm targeting a battleship with a 5.4% chance to hit. Try to target the Nassau. She's farther away, but she's easier to pen. Better angle. 64% chance to pen the deck or side of it. 3.5% chance to hit though, hold on. There's a smoke obstruction? Like what? How can there be a smoke obstruction? Because they didn't set a smoke screen. They can't. Oh. It's my own smoke obstruction. My own smoke from the funnels is causing the problem. That's why that's why I cannot shoot accurately anymore. That's helpful. And of course, damage instability is going to ramp up as well. Target fast speed, minus 46%, minus 36% for damage instability. %. Can we at least land some hits? Again, just push her out of the fight. I don't need to kill her, I just need to push her out of the fight. The amount of shells that I have is probably not going to be sufficient. I fired 693 shells, I still have 800 left. But I've just about killed 1 ship and maimed 3 others. They're not dead. And my chances to hit are going down, which means that I'm going to need increasingly large numbers of shells to actually hit something. I think my rudder's properly stuck now. The ship is now utterly refusing to listen to her rudder. No matter what order I give. Porpoise, over here. I need you to get in front. Titan, 5%. Structural, 43. Floatability, 96. Set a smoke screen. Hopefully this is going to help somewhat. Should have done this a long time ago. Was not using the assets that I have. Did I say acids? I mean assets. I didn't use the assets that I have. No, that's a different type of use, I think. It's not really the type of use that usually gets propagated by the Navy, I imagine. Good. Flooding. They're really weak against flooding. Anti-flood 3. Yeah, so you should be able to handle it. But these things just flood like crazy. Nope. Switch to HE because you're not going to be penetrating that. Not at a ricochet chance, or a ricochet angle like that. You still in front? You're still in front. Yeah, keep that up. Titan. Titan is listening to her rudder again. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, there goes the porpoise. I think she wasn't even actually getting hit. She wasn't the target. BB hits light cruiser for 685 damage. Who's doing that? And was that intentional? None of these guys are actively trying to hunt down that light cruiser. They're just trying to hit the battleship. Effectively, I might add. Hold on, why am I still seeing 7 battleships? Where are the battlecruisers at? Are they gone? Did they disengage? Because that means that I didn't sink a battleship, I sunk a battlecruiser. Oh, Purpose is fighting the flooding and losing the fight. Well, that's the end of that smokescreen. Nassau is burning, but no longer flooding. What's your angle? Pretty much sideways on. Let's see if I can get an AP salvo to penetrate the side of this ship. Port side, preferably towards the stern. Oh, close. Stays on the Titan. I think a bit of duct tape won't fix. Mostly fine. Mostly. Fire raging on the stern. Got the A turret destroyed. Looks like the D turret is not, or sorry, the X turret's not doing much better either. I'm fairly confident that this secondary won't be shooting anything anytime soon. Just a couple more big hits. How much have I done total? I still have done more damage to them than they have to me. But not by a whole lot. Oh, there goes the Nassau again. She's flooding. Maybe I can finish her off. That'd be great. That'd be one ship less to worry about. 2 fires. Damage to the main tower. Accuracy should be getting reduced quick. Buoyancy. Steady at 27-ish. No, not so steady. 25. You do have anti-float 3, so you can pump it out pretty quick. If you can get it under control with your few bulkheads. That last bit remains to be seen. However, I am also flooding. 19%? 18%? That flooding is definitely not under control. 17. Relative position of the other ships. This one's closest, the Markgraf. She should be the next target. The problem is that the Nassau is still shooting. I was hoping to shut her up for good, simply by flooding her to death, but I don't think I have the pen at this range. Because I'm hitting her belt. Belt and deck armor mostly. But she's starting to really angle away. New target, Markgraf. I'm going to keep Titan on her current course. Zigzagging is going to hurt me more than it helps me, I think, because I won't have the guns as accurately anymore. And I'm definitely going to run out of ammo. I just don't have enough. If this was 2 battleships, maybe. Or arguably I should have gone for the 18 inches on the stern. 18-inch guns, I mean. And just try to kite away. Trying to land 1 or 2 18-inch shells on a battleship like that would be devastating. But 15-inch? They are the Mark IV, so they're more accurate and they reload a bit quicker, if I'm not mistaken. But outside of those, they don't give me a lot of advantages, because these guys are perfectly well capable of defending themselves against that type of armament. And sure enough, I've damaged them, but not enough. There's the Nassau, there's the Kaiser Wilhelm. There's another Kaiser here. Titan's down to 33%. Again, a fire. Again, flooding. So my speed's going to get reduced as well. What's your speed like, Markgraf? 27.7. Okay, that's pretty quick. I have a penalty of 50% from damage instability. I did destroy main gun though. Target fast speed. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Flooding. Engine damage. Fire. At least the Markgraf's damage control parties won't be bored for a while. If we can inflict serious damage again and just exacerbate the flooding, we might be able to get rid of the Markgraf. But at great cost to the Titan. And judging by this angle, I think it's time for high explosive again. She's flooding down to 60%. Also lost fire control. Interesting. I didn't think it was that serious. My buoyancy is reduced to 83%. Come on, Titan. We're gonna go down fighting, girl. Because down we'll go. Either because I have no structural integrity left, I have no buoyancy left, or I just run out of shells. And at this point, I'm not even sure which one's gonna happen first. Markgraf down to 48%. No longer flooding, however. I am. Great. Come on. Fire. No. I want flooding. Because they seem pretty adequate at dealing with fires. But floodings, not so much. And they're pumping out the water. Buoyancy's going back up. At least this ship will now also be suffering from damage instability. So her accuracy is going to be impaired. What's the other closest ship? That's a 16, 16, 18. Flooding. Flooding across 1-2 sectors. Multiple fires. Hold on, do you have a flash fire by any chance? No, not quite. But those were good hits. I think that's going to be the demise of the Markgraf. Just trying. Limping over. Listing hard to starboard. That list is intensifying. Going down fighting, that's for sure. Down to 6%, 5%. She's fighting it. It looks like her stern is still flooding. Weather compartment. Titan's now down to 23% and flooding on the stern. Come on, at least sink the Markgraf. She's down to 4%. 3. Maybe I should have put torpedo launchers on this ship. That would have also helped. 7. She's going back up. She's surviving. I now have 3 of my surviving turrets damaged. So it won't take too much to send those things just completely either off the ship or to get them completely destroyed. Last thing I need is a flash fire, and I think the Titan's fairly well protected against a flash fire. I don't consider that to be a big risk. She still dished out twice the amount of damage that she's taken. Taken some liberties there. that. That's impressive. She was down to 4%, now she's back up to 33. Those pumps are doing work. Unlike mine, which do not seem to be giving me any more buoyancy. Oh, she's flooding again. This time around the bow. Let's head over. Yeah, she's looking a little worse for wear. 11%, 10%, 9%. Fighting it. 7. Come on, 15-inch shells. Put her down. As we've seen, she's perfectly capable of clawing her way just shallow out of the grave. Nope. Back up. 10%. Ship that just refused to sink. I'm down to 170 shells now. Accuracy is also starting to drop because the range is increasing. Back up to 17%. And everything I fire just bounces off. What's my angle? I need to do it in reverse. Sometimes the game's a bit finicky about that. 72%. Average ricochet chance. I'd say a pretty high ricochet chance, in fact. The Titan's still showing broadside over here to the Elsis. She's once again clawed her way back. She's now doing 24%. Unlike myself, I am flooding. Target, the LSS. Start heading away a bit more. Oh, more flooding. Damage to the last remaining turret that was undamaged. Shells, 140. Come on, Elsis. Please tell me you don't have a lot of bulkheads. Nope, few bulkheads. Chance to pen should be fantastic against that ship. 89%. That is, if I hit. That's the big question. Can I hit? Nope. The only hits that she seemingly has taken are hits by the 8-inch. And they don't do much. There we go. 2 fires and flooding. That should slow her down. Her accuracy is 18%? Holy shit, that's a lot better than mine. I probably don't even have enough shells to try and take her down. She's still flooding, but she's now turning in. There goes the pen chance. Alright, Titan, if we're gonna go down swinging. Not enough ammo on the main guns anymore. For the casemates in the 5-inch, they have ammo. So we're gonna give them ample opportunity to fire. Turn in towards that ship. I'm out of main gun ammo. I just have casemates and 5-inch. Yeah. This is done. Titan's on fire again. And flooding. Seemingly just here in the bow. I wonder what's going to kill her first. The flooding or the structural integrity? Or well, rather the lack of structural integrity in this case. There's another flooding. This time it's amidships. Absolutely battered. She's listing the starboard pretty badly. I wonder how far those casemates can fire now. referring to what you would normally, or not normally, you know, the whole Texas situation where they listed the battleship over to, I think it was starboard, to try and elevate the guns a bit more so they can assist in the firing of D-Day artillery bombardments by the battleships. Destroyed main gun. Well, I didn't have any ammo for those anyway. More fire. Everything's bouncing off now. Damage to a funnel. We're 10 kilometers out. Just not from the Elzas. 8 kilometers from the Kaiser. Come on, have at it. It feels like it's just one casemate that's firing though. It might be. It's just this one. That's the only one you see. Oh, and a 5-inch. Shh. Come on then. Destroyed another main gun. Damage to secondary tower, funnels. Destroyed another main gun. I don't think so, because I don't see it. Destroyed another main gun, destroyed a casemate gun. Come on! Sinker if you can. Structural integrity down to 7%, buoyancy 37%. I think this means it will not have a follow-up scenario though. At least not with the Titan. Kaiser! How close do I need to be to the Kaiser in order to pen that ship? She has 12.3 inches of belt armor. Okay, I have an 8-inch casemate. At 7.5 kilometer range, I should be able to start penning that. At 5 kilometer range, I definitely will, and I'm at 4.2. So, arguably, I should be able to deal damage with the casemates against the Kaiser with AP. I just don't know if I have any casemates left on that side of the ship. Well, apparently I do. Therefore, ramming speed. At 20 knots. Sorry, 10 knots. The amount of abuse that this ship is taking and absorbing is nuts. And she's still here. Structural, 6%. Buoyancy, 37. One fire raging, that's all. Damage to the main tower. Oh, I just lost another turret, I think. The Kaiser just saw that coming and she's going, nope. I don't want to be there when that thing comes at me. For any of you still watching at this point, I salute you, because I'm just sort of sacrificing this ship and seeing how much you can take. I don't imagine it's the most interesting part of the video to watch. Besides, we're already 58 minutes in, so it's a long-ass video as well. Let me know if you're still here at 58. Just write in the comments, still here. That'll be a little code. Still here. Buoyancy, 0.1. Sorry, structural, 0.1. There she goes. Titan goes down to structural integrity damage. That was going to happen. Sooner rather than later. Retry? No, not right now. Electro, Halo 8, thank you for that scenario. Unfortunately, 1 lonely battleship versus 8 battleships and 3 battlecruisers, even with a tech advantage, with the ship that I built, is just not doable. If I built a different type of ship, maybe. I'm going to have to try that some other time. Maybe on the stream. Again, streaming Wednesdays, 8 PM Central European Time. Link down below in the description. Twitch.tv/stealth17gaming. Hope to catch you guys there.